we're back with another video, guys. Today will be all about confidence. You guys voted on my Instagram story and most of the people voted for how to be more confident. So today I'm going to share my top tips on how I became more confident, because that definitely was not always the case. I was super insecure. I was, not really like talking back at people. I was like little, like a shy girl. And today I'm going to share my top tips with you guys on how you can level up, grow your confidence, and become that girl. Hey guys, my name is Alina. Welcome back to my channel. Do you know this feeling when you're in school and you have like an argument or a discussion with somebody, and you get home and you go shower, and in the shower, like all those cool, sassy things that you wanted to say come up in your mind, and you have like this entire argumentation, this entire discussion again, all over in the shower, but the other person will never know what you had to say, because when it was that time, you didn't speak up. Did you ever go to school with like a super fresh outfit and you felt yourself, like you felt so cool, and then you come to school and everybody just looks at you like this, and you literally, like, your confidence just goes from here into the basement. If that is you guys, or if you just have, problems speaking up for yourself, or if you feel like, you're feeling like a little bit insecure sometimes, this video is going to be for you. Let's get right into it. First, I want to share my story with you guys that I wasn't always that confident, okay? I always was the girl. I went to school with like not basic outfits, let's say. Like, do you know these people? They go to school with like a hoodie and a sweater and like that's it, they're cool. Like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Like, you would never in school would never see me with like sweats on. Okay, I always thought like people who wear sweats to school, like they don't have their life together. That's how I thought. But I was that girl. I just got dressed up, and I was one of the earliest people or earliest girls in school that actually got their makeup done. Like, I was using eyeliner and kajal and like mascara and like lip gloss and all those things, and I was one of the earliest girls, like one of the first girls that actually done that. And also, like, to change my style. And I really tried a lot of different things. Like, I felt inspired by a lot of, fashion trends. And I never came to school like the exact same every single day, So I always like to, play with my style and express my, sense of fashion and sense of, like beauty and makeup and all of that. But there was always people in school that just looked at me weirdly, and that kind of like gave me like a little bit of a, hit in the stomach always. I felt like, maybe they find me ugly or this or that, And then my grandma, she always told me, like, if people just look at you weird, or if they, like look at you like this, or they, talk down on you, most of the time they're jealous. So what I did was that I literally just started preaching myself. I started to preach myself, you're the shit, like you're everything, you're so cool, everyone's just jealous of you. And honestly, in the beginning, I didn't believe it. But the more I told myself that, the more I started believing it. So now, when anybody, like when it comes to my business, guys, like I'm very, open with everything that I do. Like when it comes to my business, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. And sometimes, yeah, I have people, like putting stuff, negative things under my videos. It's like very rare, because I don't really give it a lot of attention. I don't really think like a lot of people have things to hate. But if I do, I honestly don't care. I honestly do not care. Like, I just feel sorry for them, because they literally are using their precious time to put a negative comment under my post. And that is kind of embarrassing. That is kind of, I just feel sorry for them, like I just wish them well. Honestly, I wish them well in hell. No, just kidding. But I just wish them well, because in the end, guys, people who are hating are just miserable. So that is one thing that you have to understand. If you are somebody who gets bullied, if you have people like talking down on you or whatever, most of the time these people, they're so miserable with their own lives that they project their own insecurities onto you. And you don't need to take that seriously. You cannot like take that personal. I was a girl, I always took these looks from other people. I took it very personally. I was very hurt from those looks. And we had this girl in school, like she was so she was a negative Nancy, guys, okay? I don't know what it was. She just had this really negative and arrogant vibe. that she literally, like, whenever it came, you know, this is so funny, guys. I went to school with high heels, okay? Don't ask me why. I had this phase, I was like, I was in love with Blair Waldorf and with Gossip Girl. So I literally dressed myself up. I had like 20 different hair bands, okay? And I dressed myself up with like a cute skirt and like high heels, everything, you know, I looked like freaking from the runway, right? But there was this girl, whenever I went to school, and she, you know, were there with her, you know, ugly sweater. And she looked at me like this, and sometimes she said something, but nothing positive. No, nothing like a compliment. No, 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 no. She asked me, you know, oh, are these shoes new? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh. And nothing else. And I was like, bro, like, if you don't have something good to say, better say nothing at all. Nothing. Like, just let it be, right? Like, she didn't have to ask me if the shoes were new, if she didn't want to, you know, actually just give a compliment. If she liked them, if she wanted to know where they're from, yes. But for that, no. It's just super weird, right? But anyways, I just figured out maybe she's just jealous because she's, you know, always in this ugly sweater. I don't know. I don't judge people that way, you know, but if people judge me, like, I'm just like, you know, what's up with you? There must be something, right? But I didn't care how people were looking, right? I wasn't like looking at the people who were in ugly sweaters. I wasn't looking at them like down on them or something, you know? Only when like somebody came to me in a certain way, I was just like, what do you have to say? Like, you're running around like this and you're trying to judge me. Like, I'm taking care of myself, you know? So this is like my personal story on, you know, kind of like how I overcame my you know, insecurities, let's say, or my shyness. And there was also a time where I never spoke up for myself. Like, I didn't know what to like talk back to people. Like, I wasn't really, you know, in an argument, I didn't sometimes know what to say. But then at a certain time, like later, I became confident. And you know what I did? I literally practiced that. You know what I did? I was watching movies, I was watching shows where people were like super like snappy, like not like snappy in a negative way, but they knew what they wanted to say. They always had something to say back, and it just sounded like cool. Like, nobody could like play with them. Like, they were confident, right? So I watched these movies, I watched these shows, and I literally, I'm not gonna lie, I wrote down quotes. I never used those quotes, but to be honest, I trained myself with like becoming more confident and like trying to practice what to say. And whenever, you know, like next time I had an argument or something, I just, you know, it just came into my mind quicker. Like, hey, speak up for yourself. Hey, don't defend yourself. Like, say something, right? And I practiced that, and I became better and better and better with time. So now when I have an argument, like, I always know what to say. I never just shut my mouth and like let other people talk down on me. I never just, you know, like let people play with me. I never let people step on me, you know. And that was a journey. It took a lot of time to actually, you know, be able to do that. So I want you guys to know that if you're feeling like that right now, it may take some time for you to actually gain that confidence, right? To actually practice that, because anything that you do in life, you always have to practice, you have to train yourself, you have to coach yourself, you have to just get better with like repetition, right? But at one point you will just get it done. It's just when I started my business, guys, like so many people, you know, were skeptical or whatever, and in the beginning I was also very insecure with what I wanted to say, you know. But the more I started to, you know, talk on my story, I spoke on stages, you know, public speaking and like something like that was always something I was super afraid of. When I was a child, I used to sing. So I was literally on stages like singing, but speaking, public speaking was something I was so afraid of. Even like being on a call, like on a Zoom call and talking to multiple people. Like, I had, you know, Zoom calls where I was speaking in front of like thousands and thousands of people already. But years ago, I could never imagine myself doing that. So I want you to know that literally, like, you can flip the switch, you can start practicing, you can start becoming better, training yourself, and you will get there at one point, okay? So now I'm literally like, I'm so used to talking on my story. I'm so used to like talking to my camera that it's like normal for me, right? And I'm just in my flow. But it wasn't always like that. In the beginning, I used to like write down every single little word that I wanted to say, and I literally just, you know, like try to remember and record it myself, like one step at a time. So I want you to know that everyone starts somewhere, and no matter where you start, you just have to start, right? And you just have to get better. So now let's get into it. This is enough of sharing my story. I want to share my tips with you guys on how you can actually practice to become more confident. So the first thing that you should do to get more confident is be more alone. Because when you're constantly around people, sometimes you start to adapt, like literally like a chameleon. Like you start to adapt on other people's opinions, what they have to say, on their style, on how they dress, on everything. But if you be more alone with yourself, you start valuing your own opinion more. You start, instead of asking other people all the time for advice and what you should do. That's not really like a confident trait, guys. If you always, asking, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, should I wear this? Should I wear that? Like, yes, sometimes, okay, you can ask for advice, it's fine. But like, if you want to learn how to really become confident in your own opinion, then start making decisions on your own. Start to be more alone with yourself. Start to, just enjoy your own company. Because when all these like triggers that are out there that could influence you in any kind of way are not there anymore, because you focus on yourself and what you personally value, the more your confidence will grow, because you will become more secure on the things that you like, the things you want to wear, the things you want to say, the things you want to do. So with doing that, you'll become more secure in yourself. The second thing is take care of yourself. Guys, let me, like, honestly, like, there's so many people. I literally want to go sometimes through the city and I want to do a makeover with people, like random. Dress up a little bit, show what you got, like, have your shit together. Like, so many people, if you would just have, a good skincare routine, or, like, you take just care of yourself, like of your appearance and how you showing up, how you're dressing yourself, this will do so much with your confidence, let me tell you. Because me going to school like this, honestly, I was feeling myself. I was confident, with the things that I was wearing. I was like, damn, I look good, when I was leaving the house in the morning. I looked in the mirror, and then I came to school and I saw all these like gray little mouses with their sweaters, and I was just like, damn, I look like I have my life together. So sometimes it gives you a certain feeling. Also, when the pandemic was, guys, so many people we're constantly in sweats all the time. And yes, sometimes it's okay if you're at home and you wear sweats, like, yeah, you can do that. I do that too, but it does something with you if you actually get ready and you dress yourself up, you take care of yourself, you're taking time for yourself. It does something with you. You will feel more confident. You will feel more like, damn, So get ready, dress up, show yourself. The third tip is choose careful who you spend your time with, because you're always the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you are surrounded by people who are always insecure, who always just, like, drag each other down, like, oh, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I'm so this, I'm so that, like, nobody wants to be around like these negative Nancy's. Negative Nancy's are like out, okay? Out. We don't want that. So if you want to become more confident, hang around confident people and like look what they do, right? Like, look how they walk, how they talk, like how their body language is. And that is also another thing that I'm gonna come back to. But look how they are acting. And I already said that, like, usually when we're around people, like, we learn to adapt. So if you are around people that are hyping themselves up, that all are motivating each other, right? That are just nice and positive and like pushing each other. These are the kind of people that you want to be surrounded by, because those people will also make you more confident. Because if you have somebody around you telling you, oh my God, I don't know if I would wear this, like, this is so extra, like, why would you be so extra? Like, I don't want to have friends that constantly tell me I'm so extra. Like, who wants to be basic, So if you don't want to be basic, if you want to be confident, if you want to feel extra, then you need to be around people that appreciate that extra and that, push you for that. Like, damn, girl, like, you look fire. Like, these kind of people, these kind of people you want to be surrounded by. Fourth tip is stop caring what other people think. And that is not always that easy, but the more you spend time with yourself, the more you dress yourself up, the more you spend time, with certain type of people, you will stop caring what other people think, and you will stop asking everyone for advice. So just stop caring what other people think. If you need like help with that, I have a video, how to cut off toxic people and whatever. So watch that video. I'm going to put it in the description below as well. But you need to stop, thinking about constantly what other people might think, how you dress up, how you show up, how you talk, how you walk, whatever. It doesn't matter because it's your life. We already got that. The next thing is, I already mentioned that, body language. If you are insecure, and you always like hide in the corner, you sit like this, you like, you're not even like talking to people. You cannot even look people in the eye when you're talking. You know how insecure that is? And I actually had a hard time with that. I had a really hard time looking people in the eye and be like confident with them. But I had to really overcome that because when I was doing business with people, like, you need to be confident. Nobody wants to do business with you if you cannot even like shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye and have like a good handshake. You know what I mean? So you need to really like practice your body language. So what that means is you need to rise up, like stop sitting there like this, stop like looking down, like look up, have your chin up, like your shoulders back, like straight forward, like you need to really stand out. You cannot just, be like this. And this is a huge thing, like this pose. No, stop doing this pose. Whenever you catch yourself doing this, stop it right away, because this is not really confident. Okay, it can seem sometimes like arrogant, but usually it's like closed off, and it's a sign of insecurity if somebody's standing there like this. And I was working as a waitress in a restaurant, guys, and in the beginning I was a little bit insecure because I was new, like I was completely new to like the service world and like how to do this, how to do that. So sometimes I was just standing there and I stood like this, and my boss told me like, you can't stand like this, like you need to like don't do this, because this doesn't seem like secure and that you're open. That doesn't seem welcoming to people. So you need to really like watch out on how you're walking, how you're standing, how you're acting, right? Like if you're alone, if you're like going into a room, like walking with confidence, like walk in like you own the freaking room, don't like, oh my God, I hope nobody sees me, like be on your phone constantly. And also that is, how you can practice that is not being constantly on your phone. Like stand there without your phone, look around, observe, This is so much more confident than always just hiding behind the screen and trying to avoid people. The next thing is following through with things you want to do. So for example, you tell yourself, oh, I want to lose weight. And you tell that everybody, right? And then you tell everybody, oh, I'm going to start working out. And then you're not going to do it for the next 2 weeks, a month, year. And you know what happens then? People will not take you seriously. And yourself, you will not take you seriously anymore. And this is a huge thing. When it comes to confident guys, especially like you need to do those things that you promised yourself that you're going to do, because it gives you confidence and you gain self-respect. The less you do the things that you wanted to do, the less you also will have confidence within yourself, because like the minute that you say something that you want to do something, already, like, I'm not going to do it anyways. It's okay, So you will lose that confidence if you're not doing the things that you want to do. And I can recommend you guys, having a to-do list, but not putting too many things on your to-do list, because if you have like 10, 20 things on your to-do list, you won't do them because you're already overwhelmed from the beginning. So put like, 3 to 5 do's or dies. This is like my list, that I'm also teaching and coaching like my people that I'm doing business with. Have 5 do's or dies every single day. So like you literally do them or you die. Okay, like might seem a little bit like harsh, but those 5 things, you need to get them done before you go to sleep. Like there's no way that you not get them done. And when you do that and you repeat it over and over again and you see that you're making progress and you're improving yourself, this will give you so much confidence, because you're like, damn, I'm proud of myself. I did that, I said I was going to do that and I actually did it. And this is like with me as well, like so many things. When it comes to starting my business, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to win, and I did that. Like I'm always following through with things I'm saying that I'm doing, So nobody can play with me, because I always know whatever I say, I'm going to do this. And I really trust myself with that. And this is why I'm so confident with what I'm doing and how I am, because I prove that to myself over and over and over and over again, right? So that I don't have to prove nothing to nobody, but to myself, you know? But when I say something, I'm gonna do something, I'm actually gonna do it. And this gives me such a good feeling. And if you start doing that as well with those 5 do's or dies every single day, you will feel so much more confident. So make sure if you want to like change a certain habit, like you want to start working out more, start with smaller steps. Overwhelm yourself right away with saying, oh my God, I'm going to go every single day to the gym. No, you're not. You're probably not going to do that. Or maybe you're going to do it for like 2 weeks and then you stop. This was me, you know? I had a hard time with like working out this way. I use it as an example. So start with, you know, like gonna do 2 workouts a week. And then when you do that, you can increase it. You know, that's how I did it. I said, I'm gonna work out 2 times a week. I did that. I felt good within myself. I felt, you know, confident. And I increased it to 3 times. And now I'm at 4 times working out. And I feel so good. I feel good within my body. I feel confident, you know, like it just gives you so much if you're actually following through it. If you develop a habit 1 step at a time with like smaller steps, right? Like don't overwhelm yourself from the get-go. Try it with like very small steps. Like break a bigger goal down to like smaller stepping stones. The thing is, say no if you want to say no. And this is a huge thing, guys. I talked about in my previous video on how to stop being a people pleaser. So many people, they're constantly, you know, just trying to help others, trying to be there for everybody else, and not really focusing on themselves. But to be honest with you guys, the more you learn to speak up for yourself and say no if you mean it, or and say yes if you mean it, if you really mean it, this will give me so much more confidence, because you learn how to value your own opinion. And also people start to respect you. And when also people start to respect you because you know you have your boundaries and you don't say, you know, just yes and amen to everything, people will respect you for that. You know, they know that they cannot just come with everything to you and you're just, you know, gonna do it right away. That was a huge thing for me too, especially when it comes to my business. Like I really want to help people. Like I have such a passion for helping people. So I need to, you know, be careful to let people also do some, you know, some things on their own. Next thing for my confidence is not talking bad about yourself, not criticizing yourself. That I already mentioned that a couple, you know, videos ago, like with self-love. You need to stop just talking down on yourself. Start telling yourself, I'm so confident, I'm so powerful, I believe in myself, I can do anything that I want. I'm so lucky. I'm, you know, I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants to listen to me when I speak. These kind of things, these kind of affirmations, you know what they do for you? Like what they really do for you? If you don't really have a lot of experience with affirmations, you need to get into it like ASAP, because it was such a game changer for me. You know, like I was just constantly telling myself, I'm so confident, I'm so confident, even if I didn't felt it. But the more I was saying it to myself, you know, and I was practicing for myself and like what I wanted to say and how I'm going to say it. And the more I could also apply it in certain situations, and that made me feel more confident. And that paired with all these positive affirmations that I kept telling myself, it was a game changer. So start telling yourself how confident you are. As for more confidence is to learn and to study yourself. The only way of being able to really understand why you are not confident and maybe where that insecurity is coming from, like you are afraid of being rejected, like, you know, everything, if you're not confident, it always has a deeper issue basically, right? Like nobody is born inconfident. Nobody is, you know, like from nature completely insecure and shy. No, you were made that way because you were probably, you know, traumatized at a certain point, which is, you know, it doesn't need to be like a big trauma. It can be like a very small little thing. Like, you know, your friend in kindergarten told you, no, I don't want to play with you today. You felt rejected. Or, you know, a mean kid told you, oh, you look fat in this outfit. These small things can really, you know, be like a domino effect for every single little next event that you will have in your life where you always feel triggered and insecure again, even though, you know, there's no valid reason for you to be insecure and not confident. So you have to like learn and study yourself and like really do that personal development and, you know, healing, shadow work and all these little things to really understand, oh my God, this is where that's coming from. The next thing is fake it till you make it. And this is funny, guys, because a lot of people always think like, oh my God, like, you know, I don't want to lie, I don't want to seem fake, but this has nothing to do with that. And let me tell you why. And what I mean with that, fake it till you make it. Like sometimes when you're not feeling confident, like you just need to act like you're confident. And you know what happens when you always acting over and over and over again, like you play a certain role, you start to embody that, start to actually like become that person, right? Imagine yourself like your very best self, like the very best version of yourself. If that person would be confident, what would that person wear? How would they walk? How would they talk? Would they like have other people talk down on them? You know, would they allow these certain people to treat them that way? No, they wouldn't, right? So you need to ask yourself, what would my former self, my 2.0 version of me do right now in that specific moment? And then do exactly that and then fake it, you know? Play that role until you become that role, until you become confident. That's literally what I did. I just acted confident. For so many years, I acted confident. Sometimes literally I was saying something and I was so excited, like adrenaline, I was shaking. And, you know, then I went into the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, did I just do that? Yes, I did that. Okay. You know, like, and then that's when you start to adapt. That's when you start to improve because you see, okay, that works, you know? And then you actually naturally gain that confidence by faking it in the first place. So fake it till you make it. The next thing is voice your opinion. Speak up if you want to speak up. You know, you don't need to be always the loudest in the room. You don't need to always be like, you know, like everybody needs to hear you. Sometimes confidence is also being able to be quiet when it's necessary. But, you know, like learn how to speak up for yourself. If something is not for your liking, say it, you know? Even like if you, for example, you go to Starbucks, right? And the waitress is like not doing your coffee the way that you want. Like they give you a certain type of milk, let's say. And you taste it and you don't like it because it's not what you ordered. You know, you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be disrespectful and arrogant and like talk down on people, but say what you wanted to have. You know, there's like so many people that always do that, that they're just like, oh no, you know, it's fine, it's okay. They literally let other people step on them constantly and then wonder why they feel so insecure. Are you serious? Stop doing that. Like you need to voice yourself. You need to, you know, speak up for yourself and voice your opinion. If somebody is treating somebody else wrong, like you can, you know, speak up and tell, hey, like we're not doing that. You know, like I can't see when I see somebody or hear somebody that talks down on somebody else and picks on them. Like literally just being super rude and super disrespectful. Like that's not cool. Like you're not cool because you're talking down on people. What's wrong with you? You're just a rude bitch, you know? So I stand up for other people as well. And I stand up for myself as well because, you know, I always felt like, especially like growing up in my childhood, like yes, my father used to like talk me down. He like said a lot of mean things. Like it was literally like emotional abuse, right? Like talk down on me so badly, but you know what? I still spoke up. I still spoke up for myself and I told him like, no, like you can't talk to me like this. And maybe yes, sometimes, you know, he gave me one, but you know what? Like I'd rather have that than to actually be quiet and shut my mouth all the time, because that will make me feel so insecure. This will make me so like I feel so small, you know? So I don't say that, you know, if you have like, for example, you have parents that talk down on you, and you know they can be like, some parents, I don't know, like some people can be brutal, you know? So be careful, you know, like you don't need to become disrespectful. Like don't be disrespectful to people. I'm not saying that, but you need to make sure that you speak up for yourself and, you know, just voice your opinion, because that will make you always feel more confident. Next thing is know your worth. Really know your worth. Like this is so crucial, guys. I feel like so many people, they literally like they're so desperate with a lot of different things. Like when it comes to relationships or friendships, like they literally run after people. They treat them bad. They, you know, like they're toxic, they're disrespectful, they do this, they do that, but still those people please them and run after. As if there would not be 3 billion other people on this planet. Why do you chase after people that are disrespectful to you? Like there's so many other people to talk to. Hello. We don't need to be treated that way. So know your worth. Don't be arrogant. Be humble, of course, you know, but know how to value yourself. Know how to love yourself. And if you think like somebody's treating me disrespectful, there's the door, you know? We already got that. Let go of toxic people. It is practice self-love. And that is a huge point. And I'm probably gonna make a whole video about this, about self-love and how to really love yourself. But you know, like loving yourself and showing yourself appreciation and love, like whether it's through affirmations, through meditation, inner child healing, healing in general, shadow work, like all these different things. The more time you spend with yourself and actually take care of yourself, whether it's skincare, you know, like a beauty day, spoiling yourself, like taking yourself shopping, taking yourself out on a date, buying yourself flowers, like all those things to show yourself appreciation. This will give you confidence, because the more you love yourself, the more you will become confident in who you are and what you have to offer to the world and, you know, for yourself. That will make you confident a lot. My next tip is do something for your body, right? Most people that never move, they never feel comfortable or confident within their body because they know they don't live healthy. And that was me for a long time. Like I never had that body where I really had to work out or I had to like take care of what I'm eating. But still, there was times when I didn't feel confident within my body because I knew I'm not moving. I'm not like actively like, you know, working on myself. So that made me feel like a little bit insecure within myself, you know? And the minute that I started working out, even if it's like nothing crazy, guys, I literally don't do anything crazy when it comes to working out, but moving my body, going for a walk, practicing, you know, workouts, like whatever it might be, yoga, all of these kind of things, I feel so much more better within myself because I know I'm taking care of my body and I'm moving myself, and that gives me always more confidence. Also dancing is a huge thing, like, you know, especially for women. I think sometimes we you know, as women, we want to feel sexy, we want to feel, you know, loved and appreciated. Sometimes we need to give that to ourselves. So for example, take dance classes, or, you know, do, I don't know, just dance, something like, you can dance in high heels, like whatever. There's so many different things that you can do to feel more sexy and to have like, be calm and collected within your body, feel confident within your body, like learn to get to know your body. You know, sometimes we're not moving and we're sitting in front of our computers or laptops or phones every single day. We don't do anything, and we're literally like, my grandma is fitter than you. You need to start moving your body. You need to like start embracing your body and taking care of it. Next point for more confidence is travel alone or go out by yourself. Like take yourself on a date, you know, go into a restaurant, go into a theater alone, travel alone. Like this is such a huge thing, guys. I gained so much confidence from traveling all by myself, because that was always something I was afraid of. I always thought I need somebody to rely on to do that with me, but I didn't, you know? And now when I'm traveling, like it's the most normal thing in the world. I go on the plane alone, I travel alone, I speak up for myself if I want to, you know, like these things, they will make you feel so much more confident. If you don't have the money to travel somewhere, like literally, you know, go into the park and sit yourself on a bench, like alone by yourself, right? And sit there, have your book with yourself, like read, do something, you know? But some people, they're even afraid to go for a walk by themselves. And like, oh, I can't go for a walk, I don't have anybody to walk with me. What? Like, go for a walk. What is the problem? You know, there's so many people walking outside, like who cares? And my last tip, guys, is start now. If you don't feel confident right now, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Like, it will get any better than that if you're not doing it, you know? You will even get more insecure because you know you're literally wasting time and you're not owning up to the things that you want to do. You're not like taking responsibility. You're not doing something, you know? So literally get busy, taking action. Like these things, they will always get you more confident. Also, when it comes to business, guys, like I always tell, you know, the people I'm working with, the people that I'm coaching, you need to just get busy. This will give you the confidence. Making mistakes, you know, moving forward, taking action, applying things. This is the only thing that will really make you confident, by doing stuff, you know? And it doesn't matter if you do mistakes. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're doing something wrong. It just matters that you're doing it. These were all my tips for confidence. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you have any topic suggestions, anything that you want to learn more about, let me know. You can always ask me any questions, connect with me on Instagram, and subscribe to my channel. So I see you guys in the next video. Bye.